Yo, we got a Needle Pub from today. Um, Starts. I think it's basically a 4v5 the whole game, and we got Bravo, me, Mr. Look, and Diemore, and something cringe is going on right here, which is that we have two air players. So you load into a pub. Um, Mr. Look's gonna switch to armor because we tell him we need an armor player. You should try to have at least one player on each role. See, like, because we don't have a second ground player, like, I don't really have anyone to go for that cap. We weren't really expecting that we needed one. But I was paying really good attention. I could have put one of my choppers over there to grab the cap. I just, again, used to having an armor player who helps out with that cap. And then I could have microed the AT and let this reg that's spawning in get the cap too. Bravo's needs kill those enemy transport helos that were coming in and get our reg in the crane, which is good. We get the cap, and we're gonna get a lot less TA off these caps because we don't have an armor player who's part of them. It's just like me and Diemore splitting the caps. So if there was a third player who was on there with us, we'd be getting like 7 more TA for each of the 3-pointers. We get 5 more TA for this. Space Needle is all about, if you care about winning, it's all about saving TA and generating as much TA as possible, because you need a lot of nukes to win, usually. Or at least a few nukes. Which is kind of the meta, generally. But luckily they weren't really able to airbang us before we capped, at least, which would have been terrible, trying to recap without an armor play in the beginning. And Bravo stays on medium air for after Mr. Look switches to armor, which is pretty not great. He should have already, once we clear those transport helos, he should go to heavy air. Because the Mies just aren't going to be as useful anymore, and also it's a pub, and you don't really want to play medium air in a pub because it's considered bad manners. I'm going to do it a little bit because it's off-roll. You can like grab like 1 or 2 off-rolls if, especially on maps like this in farmland, where like if squads aren't always as useful to have a bunch of them. It's because there's not as many places to put them. If there's not a lot of buildings that are full health in useful spots. So I'm going to transition into medium helos to do something useful. I could have also gotten like a medium arty at some point if I wanted, but I thought the medium, the medium air was going to be more useful later on. And because we're down a player, I think good players kind of, I mean, he always plays pretty trolly on Space Needle. He doesn't take it super seriously, and he's just going to do heavy arty, although really nice snipe of the heavy AA there. And he is going to be pretty annoying against my buildings. And Inf at the docks. And Mr. Look got the lights. Like, if you're going to keep the lights in the back, you might as well be fortifying with them because you get a little TA. And then I told him, like, heavy tank, like, cover these 2 fire lanes. And you can see this one's, like, a little bit too far on this side. He doesn't have super great vision. Moves him over a little bit. I guess this kind of blocks vision, allegedly. And you gotta, I guess our AA over there was dead, but try and keep an eye open for enemy air, and when you see them coming, pop smoke and back up towards your AA. And then he moves the heavy in here. Like, the heavy should stay probably over there somewhere. Shooting stuff that comes down here. Because we're playing we're down a player, like they can just armor spam the docks, and this is a little bit suicidal of an armor push. You don't want to push light tanks into like AT forts if you don't have to. But they are going to get the cap anyway through sheer brute force. I don't unload this, just cringe. Finally, Bravo's on heavy air, so he should be able to take care of this, honestly. He just has to kill this one AA pretty much. And then he can kind of deal with the tanks. As air, as long as you have a scout, you can kill 1 or 2 AAs easily by themselves. Like he should just go in there before this one even notices. This one would be easy to kill too. It's like low health. Like you could probably like kill both of these in one swoop with your scout. So there's no reason to be this cowardly as an air player against AA that's this banged up. Like you're gonna kill that really fast. You don't even need to use Hellfires to kill that. Like this is, yeah, just get in there, dude. There we go. And then ping him, like, kill this, like, it's undefended. Good player likes to, like, put the heavy already in, like, trolley positions and, like, get them really far up. Then should be able to deal with that. Did some drops back here. And I'm like, good, you need to come over here and kill this, and we can cap really easy now. I've got like all these drops, but we just need to clear the points before I die, and like someone's got to move up here. So Mr. Luck, I guess you were respawning, but like, yeah, just get like your light tank, at least one light tank up here. Hopefully we're gonna recap. And like still just waiting on Bravo to come over here and kill this single AA. And I think Ponter's missing. Well, I guess there's a lot of AA pushed up that he's scared of right now. He just wants to kill my drops, but really just need air, like ASAP. My drops are gonna be like dead by the time he gets there. Alright, so he's finally get there. We kill the AA. I think my ATs actually killed it at that point, maybe. Don't think we're gonna get this, unfortunately. I think we might, if I wake up, we might see a back-to-back recap of this. I just need to wake up. I'm cringing at myself right now for how long it's taking me to see this. But I'm gonna do a building hop, and it's really nice buildings that have entrances on both sides. You can basically tell, it's almost like teleporting through the building with the building hop like that. It's a lot faster than like running around the building. And you know, if we had an air player paying attention, like we could be like getting lots of recaps off of this, but I lose my drops finally. Like, this is not a super high priority zone for the air player right now. Like, yeah, there's a couple drops, but could have gotten more caps, I think. We were camping this area more. More caps, more TA. Neymar gets a nuke. It's pretty close to the when you're first able to get one, around 1230. And it's going to be pretty effective tick-wise. Killed a lot of their AA, so the armor is kind of screwed right now, though Bravo's being super flaccid and just running all the way back to the ocean for no reason. And this is the hard part about playing air is like, and I do this all the time too, is like being in the right place at the right time. Like you do a lot of like, because it's so easy to just click and move your air around, you do a lot of like extraneous movement that actually wastes a lot of time and can cost your team like caps and stuff. So he's just like, you're flying around the map with like your whole chopper set. Like you're not gonna be able to get into like useful positions super fast. Yeah, just like when one chopper needs repairing, just send him away. Don't move like the whole set like all the way back here. You want like, yeah, you want to like hide from like their vision a little bit sometimes so they don't see you coming. But you know, some extraneous movement that could cost our team caps and stuff because the air player's not there to like clear a point. Tried to go for air to air there. It's not gonna work though. not very good at air to airs, honestly. Got some annoying drops coming in the back. Oh yeah, and I'm doing the medium air just because most of the buildings and like areas that would be useful for me to be in are kind of dead. Like I could like infiltrate this area a little bit. Maybe that would have been a good thing to do. Just get some vision over here. Like have like spread out reg somewhere. Like sneak him in here. And like I could save that AT. I saw this big cluster coming in. I was gonna go for like a YOLO cap, but Eli stops me just in time. But wait, he leaves the point right before my reg dies, and we did get another cap there, which was pretty funny. And then they're not decapping it yet, which gives us more tick. And like, this is a pretty safe point to decap usually, just because it's always hard for units to get over there. So you might as well decap it to make it so they can't get tick or fortify the backside. That's what they're gonna do. So that's not good air play. Yeah. So if you were gonna start shooting up that one AA, that's the only AA there. Just like go in on it, kill it. Don't like get it to like 10% health and then switch targets onto the artillery. You lost 2 choppers doing that basically. Spirit's trying to get like a little beachhead over here. We try and get some direct arties on it, but we're about to get nuked here. It's not going to be a big problem for us though. It's really hard to get in here as inf by yourself after a certain point if all the buildings are dead. So yeah, it looks like the nuke wiped most of our armor at least, but still some support left. I think we're going to be able to recap this pretty fast. We're going to be able to recap everything pretty fast, which is good. Oh, we just lost that fort. And this guy might die from radiation before we get the cap. Should be sad. Yeah, so Deimor's going to have to solo cap that now. Good job on the arty killing that fort. He's going for the crane too, which is really annoying. I like the crane not to die. But I'm gonna get some revenge with my meads. This guy's just ranked up. He's gonna rapid fire AA missiles into these choppers, which is nice. And I'll come through and be annoying with my meads. Game's frozen right now. We're in equilibrium. I get air-to-aired, which is annoying, but it's just 2 meads. And I've got 2 more coming. They do get this cap. I'm just gonna light arty and then do my own drops. So that clears them out. Yeah, so Mr. Look, I would have a heavy here. This is why you have the heavy in this lane, because there's gonna be light tanks and AA coming down here. So always good to have at least some tank here to deny stuff coming down there. Someone wastes a lot of TA on gas, even though the crane's almost dead, and I'm not really going to want to use it anymore anyway. Good player's got all these like spotter choppers for his artillery, which are super annoying. Probably should have been doing more to deal with them. Pawner gonna kill our jeeps. He's gonna kill the jeeps. Very annoying. Hopefully I can micro my meads a little bit. Deal with some choppers. Maybe we're not going to, unfortunately.
3 minutes remaining. We are ready to send you reinforcements.
Got some pretty good AA micro here.
They killed a unit.
Just gonna kill a few of those dudes. Wouldn't be surprised if I get air-to-aired again soon. Bit of a suicidal push here onto a fortified point. Probably not the best use of units. Probably not going to accomplish that much. Going for a cap here, but denied. Killing all the rep tanks ranked up. Yeah, still 4v5. Still hanging in there.
We are ready to send you reinforcements. Unit killed.
Gotta get some reps. Looks like, oh, our jeeps are still dead. Sometimes it's hard to remember to replace the reps if you don't tell your support player to, just because there's so much to micro in a Wick game. So like if you don't have reps as air and like because they died, just remind the support player to get more. Like don't wait to do that because they might just have too much micro going on to remember that. So Bravo just suicides all his ranked up choppers into this, even though it's gonna get killed by the nuke anyway, which is pretty epic.
1 minute remaining.
Doesn't really matter too much because it's the end of the game. Love that this heavy already survived by hiding in the. There's a little divot in the road right there that you can hide AA and stuff in there, and tanks can't shoot it. And apparently you can hide from nukes in there too with your heavy artillery, which is pretty based. A good player decaps right at the end there, but is he gonna cap with this? Good player loves capping with his heavy arty on Space Needle because it's pretty funny. I wasn't very good at microing my meat choppers honestly this game, but couldn't think of anything much better to do once all the buildings were dead. So I probably could have done more like inf vision stuff on this side, so like having a reg in trees or buildings over here would have been useful. I could have like shot AA missiles at some of the scout choppers that were flying through here, stuff like that. And given like the support player a heads up when stuff is coming through here. And something I usually neglect this area's inf, so that's kind of my bad. Should have had a squad over there or drop or something. But yeah, Demore, he knows how to play this map, so especially from USSR side. Let's see, armor is pretty even. Yeah. GG's.